Alright, hey, what's going on guys? Sam here, back again with another video. And today, we got the Myteam blog and trailer and all this information. And yeah, there's a bunch of these type of videos out today, but I just, content's low and dry today. And, I wanted to upload one of these. I did one of these last year, and I'm just going to go ahead and do one again this year. And it's going to be pretty much covering all the information that I think is important and relevant, going into 2K21, and then I'll throw in kind of my opinion in here as well. So I know there's a lot of them out here. This video probably won't do the best in the world, but it's fun. I've read through this in detail. I've highlighted stuff here. I downloaded an extension just so I could cover really the things I wanted to talk about. And yeah, I know there's a bunch of these type of videos out today, so is mine gonna be that much different from other people's? Probably not, but I will try to make this as quick as possible. But at the same time, I can't promise that this video doesn't run long, because this is a long blog and there's a lot of information in here. So one more thing, I guess, quickly before we get into the video is thank you guys so much for 15k subs. If you can tell already, the quality of the video hopefully is a little bit better than usual. 15k subs now. I went ahead and started upgrading some of the lighting in here, and I didn't get a new camera, so I don't know. Hopefully it looks good. I need a haircut. It looks bad. Looks bad anyway though. With the quality comes I need to look better on camera and stuff. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into the blog here, and I'm gonna just skip the parts that I just don't think are super duper relevant. I mean, shout out to Eric Boynish, hopefully I said that correctly. He's been like the Myteam guy for the longest time, and honestly, with the content last year and what it's looking like this year, looking like a W, man. So getting into it, we're going to go ahead and skip just the upgrade process. A lot of us know, and if you don't know, basically, if you get on PS4, it transfers to PS5 all your Myteam content and progress, and same from Xbox One to Xbox Series X. But now you can't go Xbox One to PlayStation. You can't go cross-platform, but you can go from current gen to next gen. And it's pretty simple, and I will go ahead and include this link, the link to this blog and any other information in the description below and probably in the comments. So if you want to read this for yourself, I'm taking too long or I'm going too quickly, or you just want to read it over again, the information can be found in the link that I provided below. So anyway, let's go ahead. The first thing here, it says seasons and seasonal content. So basically, it's not a battle pass, but it's kind of like a season theme that a lot of mainstream games are doing. It says, where is I highlighted it? Every 6 weeks, they're going to have a new season with different, with XP, and there's going to be new prizes across every mode, every season, and I guess I should read what I highlighted. I want to start a new season to create buzz, so that's kind of what they're going for. Every new season is going to be, they're going to create hype and buzz, and people are going to be super crazy about the new stuff that's coming out every season, kind of like what they're doing with COD and, Fortnite and whatever other games, I think Apex, that have like a battle pass or season. That they're trying to do the same thing here in Myteam, which I honestly am a fan of. At first, I'm like, when someone said season, I'm like, oh no, they're gonna do like a battle pass. Nah, you don't have to pay for it. It's just, they want to say every 6 weeks. They say it's not a fixed period of time, but generally it'll be about 6 weeks. So about a month and a half, it will be a season, and every season they're gonna add new content and new levels. Which, as you can see here, it gets up to a level 40, and for season 1. The final reward, you need 150,000 XP. The final reward is going to be not amethyst, pink diamond, Stephen Curry. So that's pretty cool. You have about a month and a half to do that. And let me just make sure I didn't miss anything on the highlight stuff. It says during the season, you'll be working to complete daily, weekly, and seasonal based agendas. So the agenda stuff's back, and as these objectives are completed, you'll earn XP, and it'll raise your season levels. So basically, you want to level up to level 40. At least the first season here, it's going to need to level 40. They'll probably increase that as the seasons, as we get more seasons. But for the first season here, starting with the release of the game, it goes up to level 40, and you need 150,000 XP, and you can obtain XP from doing challenges and completing probably all these sorts of all the game modes in the game. So that's kind of cool. Definitely a W. I did not expect them to have like a season or battle pass, if you want to call it that. I can't even call it a battle pass because you don't have to pay for it. I didn't expect them to have a season, so that's definitely cool. Something I'm excited for. Something brand new in NBA 2K21. Now, moving on, it says the first thing I highlighted here is the second thing I highlighted topic-wise is there are going to be new vault prizes every season in the triple threat game mode. So it looks like the vault is coming back in 2K21, and they're going to update the prizes every season. And I obviously went ahead and read all this, and that's kind of a concurring a theme throughout this whole blog. They want to, make sure when they release content, it is up to date, and they're not gonna have to go back and update stuff in like late June when it's already too late and the cards aren't meta. Basically, they want to, keep releasing content in seasons or in sections and make sure it's up to date, and the cards aren't outdated. They want to keep providing us with content, and we can't be saying stuff is outdated. So that's kind of cool. And you'll probably pick up on that as we get through here. But it says when NBA 2K21 launches, there's going to be 300 wins available in the vault. So there's not going to be 1,000 like last year. I'm sorry, Denver Struck. You can't sit there for 2 weeks or however long it took. I can't remember. I remember watching that. But you can't sit there and grind out 1,000 wins. I mean, you can keep playing. It says you can keep playing, but they will no longer be accrued. You won't get any more additional wins after 300. So the first prize, or the most number of wins you can get in Triple Threat offline or in the vault in the first season is 300. It'll cap you at that, and if you do get 300 wins, you'll get a diamond card. So, and it says it's a darn good one. We don't know what it's gonna be, but I actually have kind of an idea. Maybe you'll see that as we get farther in the vlog. There's actually a diamond player they mentioned that maybe this is. Actually, it's probably not. It's in a different section, but I don't know. There's a diamond prize for 300 wins. It does seem like quite a bit, but the good thing is, and the thing I highlighted here is it's going to be capped at 300, and then they're going to add additional wins every season. So I'm going to read this here. In subsequent seasons, we will add new wins available. So, they cap you at 300 for the first season, and then it says they're going to add an additional, at least this is an example. They might or might not add 150, but in this example, they're going to add 150 more, and it'll be added on to the 300. So if you're already at 300, and then in Season 2 they add 150 more, all you have to grind is 150 more, and then the Triple Threat prize at 450 wins you can get. So instead of, having to, get 300 wins, and then Season 2 they reset you back to 0, you don't have to play 450 more. They add it on. So that's kind of cool. And it's going to be nice because every time a new season comes out, there's going to be a bunch of new content. It's not like you're going to do Triple Threat online or offline at the beginning of the year and then never touch it again, because they're going to keep updating it every season. So that's definitely really cool. And to summarize, it basically means we can give you better prizes that will match the time and effort you have invested to get there. Everyone wins. So basically, like I was saying, they want to make sure the prizes are up to date, and you don't just play one game mode and then you never touch it again. They want you to keep playing different game modes throughout the year, which I actually love, because that's that was a recurring theme throughout the past Myteam years, because you'd always do domination and you do Triple Threat and then you never touch it again. So that's I'm liking the theme so far. And moving on, it says new boards update every season in Triple Threat Online. So Triple Threat Online's back, and they're going to keep updating those every season. And I highlighted, I'll tell you this, the ball drops faster this year. So basically, the ball drops are faster, and they realize that it took forever last year. So I'm glad to read that in here. It also says in NBA 2K21, we have added a screen where you first enter Triple Threat Online, and it will highlight the best prizes available in each tier of the board. So basically, I didn't highlight it here, but it says it wasn't always obvious which prizes were on the boards, and it required a lot of word of mouth around the community. So basically, they're saying that last year they realized that people didn't know what was on Triple Threat boards and when stuff expired, and they basically want you to know what's on the boards this year, which is great. More, communication. They're trying to improve their communication, which is something we've always wanted 2K to improve on, which is great to hear. So basically, before you go into Triple Threat Online, it'll tell you what's available that day on each board. So that's definitely nice to read. And they're always saying they're listening, and it's clear that they're listening, because we always were complaining about that last year. We didn't know. We always had to ask devs what was on boards and when, and everything expired and stuff like that. And they hopefully have the solution this year with that. So that's nice. And moving on now, we were just talking about domination. It says new to this year is dynamic domination seasonal updates. So for the first time, we're going to be adding entirely new tiers of domination after we ship the game this year. These won't be an every season thing, so they're not going to update this every season, but we will definitely be adding a few new tiers over the course of NBA 2K21's lifetime. So they're not going to do it every season, but, maybe we'll get a fall update, and then a winter update, and then a spring domination update, something like that. And I highlighted this part. It says domination is about to have some late year relevance for the first time. So maybe, I will say this, they didn't mention anything about spotlights in this blog at all, but, one could assume the new dominations coming out throughout the year could be a substitute for spotlights, or, spotlight sims. And they even said right here, some late year relevance. So I could definitely see historic domination, all-time domination, playoff domination coming later in the year and being, similar to the Spotlight Sims from this year. So that's definitely something cool to take note and to think about going into the future. And they also said new cards are added every season to the reward market. So this right here, I haven't seen anyone talk about on Twitter. But look at the reward market. We call it the token market, and it's always been like this the last 2 years since they've added token reward cards in the game. But 2K refers to the token reward market, or the token rewards, the Galaxy Opal, the 750 token tier. They refer to it as the reward market, and it says new cards are going to be added every season, or new cards added every season to the reward market. We have been discussing adding cards to the reward market for 2 years now, so they're talking about the token rewards, and basically they want to standardize it when new content is released in the future. So basically they want to keep stuff up to date. They want to have the Galaxy Opal D-Rob when it's dropped, or what I'm saying, like the new cards. They want them to be up to date when they drop them. So that's cool, and it's kind of we're always asking, or always wondering, when's the next token market update? Well, it says every season. So that's something I didn't see anyone really talk about on Twitter, but it's definitely nice to hear that they plan on releasing token cards every season. So that's something to look forward to, and people, you know when to save up your tokens for. But now moving on to, I would say, the online gameplay, or like the online aspect of things, and not just offline and like grinding stuff. There's 2 game modes now, or 2 5v5 game modes on NBA 2K21. The first one I mentioned here is a brand new one called Myteam Limited, not Unlimited, Limited. And this new game mode is available to play Friday, Saturday, Sundays. So I'm going to refer to it as the Weekend League. I think that might be what people start calling it. But it's pretty much a weekend league. And Friday, Saturday, Sunday, these events are going to be available, or Myteam Limited is going to be available. And basically it's a 5v5 multiplayer mode, so same thing as Unlimited this last year. Except you're going to be chasing championship rings, and they said they're going to tell us more about that as we scroll down, and I will cover that. And basically they'll be introducing new lineup restrictions for every weekend, or for the weekend league, and it'll change the meta of the game, which is nice to see. You'll see a variety of cards because of these lineup restrictions. And one example is, one weekend we may limit you to 23 players, or players that of the age of 23 years old or younger. So that's just one example. Or another weekend we may say that all players in your life need to be Ruby or lower. So basically they're going to add restrictions to the game, and that'll be cool. You'll see a variety of cards every weekend. It won't be just, we got to have the best T-Mac in the game, the best, Hakeem, the best cards. That'll be for a different mode, while this is more of a limited, and I want to say there'll be more skill involved, because you won't be able to use whatever cards you want, or the cheesiest cards. You'll be restricted to a certain amount of cards, or certain type of card, and it'll just keep cards relevant. And it'll also be nice for, I guess they mentioned it down here. I think I did highlight it. But basically, it'll be nice for those who like to snipe and make MT out there. It'll keep cards in demand. So, because if they have like a Ruby tournament or a Sapphire tournament, and let's say it's like later in the year when Sapphires are normally worthless, those will actually have value because of the weekend event where you're required to have those players. So I think that's definitely really, really cool. And I think they're talking more about the championship rings down here. It says every weekend there's new championship rings up for grab. When you win the Myteam Limited game, you'll be rewarded with a prize. So not rings, you'll be rewarded with a prize, and you will be able to view the prize, but you have an important decision to make with it. Do you want to keep the prize we gave you, or do you want to trade it in for the choice of 1 or 2 other mystery prizes? And the mystery prizes may be better or worse than what we offered you. And we're going to come up with some creative prizes. So I think I did highlight more down here. I guess I'll come back to this picture. If you're lucky enough to collect every championship ring in every season, you will earn a Myteam Unlimited Grand Prize. So it looks like the first season here, or the first week here, I guess. Oh, sorry, the first season limited prize. They have, let's say it's 5 weeks, or I guess 5 rings for 5 weeks, or maybe there's 6 weeks and you can get an extra ring. I don't know, but basically you need at least 5 rings out of the 6 weeks of the season, assuming it's six weeks, and you can get Pink Diamond Ralph Sampson as the grand prize after. So at the end of the season, or for the final week of the season, something like that. So that is definitely cool to see, and it'll get people involved every weekend, and something to look forward to keep the game fresh. That's for sure. And I guess I want to see if there's any more information on the rings. One more time here to help you identify which players qualify the limited event. Oh, okay. This right here, this is key. I guess we'll have to learn more about the rings when the game starts and how to get them, because I'm still not quite sure, because you don't get a guaranteed ring by winning games, or maybe you do, or maybe you can trade in the prizes for rings. Maybe someone can clear that up in the comments for me, but basically it's not a guaranteed ring when you win a game, but I bet maybe the more games you win, the higher chance you have of getting a ring. Something like that. But anyway, moving on here, I highlighted this part, and I think this is kind of a nice feature. You know how this last year in your collections you had the enable thing. You could tell if you already had a card or not. Well, they stepped it up another notch, and it says one more item here to help you better identify what players qualify for the My Team limited event. So this limited event, they will put some sort of, or some of them will appear with championship rings or stickers on the cards when the event's live. So basically, let's say you have to use a Ruby player. All your Ruby players will have like a championship ring on them while the event's live. So it'll make it easier when creating your lineup in My Team, and it'll be like an added filter and lineup creator. And basically, it'll help you find cards that you can use for the event. You don't have to just like, okay, what player can I use? You know, it'll straight up tell you in the game what player you can use. So that is definitely nice. And again, I talked about the market thing and making MT and sniping and stuff like that. Basically, even the head My Team guy acknowledges that you can play the market when they do events like this, and you can buy cards for low, like on Thursday, if you anticipate a certain event on Friday, and then sell them for more on the weekend. So that's definitely something that you can make a lot of MT on next year, and that'll definitely make for interesting videos and snipe filters and stuff like that next year. So for you snipers out there, even if you don't play online, that's actually some good news for you. But anyway, moving on to the other 5v5 game mode, the My Team Unlimited 2.0. That's what they're calling it. So it is, you can use whatever lineup you want. It's unrestricted. However, it's kind of back to 2K17 for those, and probably the year before that. I don't really know, because I started playing online in 2K17 and My Team in 2K16. And basically, in 2K17, it's kind of what it is this year. Every league, there's like leagues, and you play 12 games, so it's the same format as this year. However, in each league, there's a required number of wins you need. So, for example, the first league is like the Bronze League, I believe, and you only need 3 wins of your 12, or out of 12 games, you only need to win 3 times, and then you'll advance. And I thought this was worth to mention too. Once you get the 3rd win, you automatically level up to the next league. You do not need to play the remaining games. So basically, you don't need to go 3-0 and then play 9 more games. You basically go 3-0 and then they rank you up and you restart. So that's definitely nice to see. And then they mentioned that if you have the skill to reach the highest tier, which there's going to be people. Basically, if you have the skill to go 3-0 or win 3 games, then 4 games, then 5, then 6, and so on, and then you get to the final league, which is like the Galaxy Global League. If you go 12-0, just like this year, you will get every season there'll be basically it's the same as this year. There's going to be a prize. I can't find it. Basically, there's going to be a prize. An exclusive prize awaits you if you go 12-0 in the final league. So basically, every season, I don't know if it's every season. I think it is every season, or maybe it'll be every month. I don't know. Maybe I misread here, but they're gonna have a 12-0 reward, and if you go 12-0 on the final stage, you will get the not the Galaxy player. You'll get the reward player. So that's definitely nice to see. They're keeping some aspects of this year's Unlimited while making it nicer that not everyone can go 12-0. So there's still going to be some incentive. If you can't go 12-0, if you can only go 10-2 or 9-3, you can still get some nice prizes. And then it says every season we will be resetting everyone's record in My Team Unlimited. So it's just like last year. And they will be this answers my own question. They will be introducing a new grand prize every season. So instead of a monthly player, they're going to have a seasonal player. So that's definitely cool. And that means there's literally 6 weeks to go to the Galaxy Global Tier and go 12-0. So that's definitely nice. And I don't know if I did highlight it. It says, I highlighted this part. It says, which have higher win requirements and more skilled players. So basically, they didn't speak directly about the matchmaking, but one would assume that you would be playing only players in your league or around the same league when you're trying to go, level up the ranks, or you're trying to go to a higher tier. I mean, maybe it's not for sure. You'll play an Opal player if you're in the Opal League, or if you're in Pink Diamond League, you're not going to play a Pink Diamond player. Maybe one would assume that you're probably going to match up with people similar. So I thought that was worth mentioning and highlighting, and now we can move on to the exchange. And this is kind of the big thing people are freaking out about because it sounds like a trading system, and it is, but it's not player to player, it's, player to 2K. Player to 2K trading system. And I'm going to go ahead and read this. The exchange allows you to turn in and exchange your cards for some great prizes. Every season, my team this year will feature new exchanges for you to collect and complete to earn exclusive cards only available here. Some of the cards you get from here will be truly elite. The quality of the reward is going to dictate how much effort is required. So basically, the better the prize. For example, Bob Cousy is the first one here. The harder it is, the more stuff you're gonna have to exchange to get the card. And one example they mentioned here is the first one may require you to, or one card may require you to trade in a Western Conference point guard rated 90 or higher, and the Eastern Conference point guard rated 90 or higher. So maybe that's what you have to do to get this Bob Cousy on the final tier. And just reading some more here that I highlighted, it says some cards will look even better, or will look ho-hum on the surface, so not very good. Basically, they're saying some cards aren't going to look very good, like this Bob Cousy to most people. I don't really want Bob Cousy. He's a pink diamond, but he's not that cool. However, they mention we secretly have future plans for that card that will be invaluable, and then they kind of hint here in parentheses they'll be useful for My Team Unlimited, or My Team Limited, not Unlimited, Limited. So, there might be an event where use a pink dime, or use a 6'1", is he 6'1"? A 6'1" Eastern Conference point guard, or I don't know. They'll have like some sort of requirement, or use a point guard under this height, and Bob Cousy might be the best one under that height. So I don't know. That's kind of hinting at this exchange is going to be worth it. And they did mention as well there's some more exchanges, not just for players, but in the middle of seasons they may allow you to convert a number of silver and gold contracts in order to obtain a diamond contract or a diamond pair of shoes, which they also mentioned that there's a lot of there's many unique diamond shoes in the game this year. So yeah, I love diamond shoes. You guys know me, I love diamond shoes. So there's gonna be a lot of diamond shoes this year to boost stats, which is great. And we don't know if it's a +3 or a +6, but my guess is it's probably gonna be a +3 again, unless they follow the trend and downgrade it to like a +2, which that would be kind of worthless. But yeah, basically this exchange is gonna be pretty cool. If you have cards you don't use and you want to just, or contracts or shoes, you can kind of trade them in for better stuff. So that's definitely a cool feature. The more, when I first heard about it, I'm like, it's okay. But now that I read more about it, it is going to be a really cool feature of the game. And then I just highlighted this more. This kind of sums up what I just read. The exchange is a new feature in the game, and you can exchange cards you may longer be using. And then basically, I highlighted this. The My Team Limited mode has no best lineup. So again, people, like I said earlier, the My Team Limited mode isn't just going to be people running T-Mac, Magic Johnson, Ben Simmons, and Kareem, the best players in the game. It's going to be restricted lineups, so that's where this exchange could come into come and be handy. Now, moving on now to another big topic that was a feature that was missing from 2K20, and we have the badge customization returning to 2K21 here. And even he mentions here, I don't think I highlighted it, but he said he missed the badge feature, I believe, in the game. Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, he says, I really missed that feature last year. So basically, it's back in 2K21, and they said, for example, if you have a card that doesn't have clamps on it, and the player is eligible, that's a key word there, eligible. So we'll get to that in a second. You can put clamps and apply it to your player. This is an awesome way to customize your team. So basically, if we scroll down more, we are going to limit what badges, I don't know why I didn't highlight it. We're going to limit what badges can go on players based on their archetype and playstyle. It doesn't make much sense to apply brick wall to Steph Curry, right? And the funny thing is, they say that now, and probably later in the year, in July, May, June, they're going to have Steph Curry with every Hall of Fame badge and stuff, or gold badge, or whatever they do. But at first, it looks like they want to keep the playstyle sim style or realistic, which is cool. You can't just apply, limitless range on Shaq. You got to put, bruiser, or not bruiser, I guess, brick wall and stuff like that, rebound chaser on Shaq if he doesn't have it. So that's kind of cool. And they also mentioned the Hall of Fame versions of badges are going to be very rare. So, you can't just get a Hall of Fame badge, which, did I skip that part up here? A Hall of Fame badge, I don't know. Here we go. You can get a Hall of Fame badge at level 39 in the season, which again, you're not going to be able to just apply that to whatever player. You can't just put Hall of Fame range extender or limitless range on Giannis assuming he has like a slasher archetype. So that's definitely going to be nice. And they're only going to be Hall of Fame badges are only going to be primarily available through prizes and just straight up playing the game. You can't just buy them off the auction house, it seems like. So that's definitely cool. And another thing to mention here is it doesn't really have to go. Actually, it does have to do with the badges. It says gameplay is very different on the next gen version of the game compared to the current gen, as we suspected. So the current gen is probably going to be similar to 2K20 and 2K21 when the 2K21 current gen is going to feel similar to 2K20. And then when the next gen comes out in 2K what am I saying? I'm losing my words here. When the next gen comes out, the 2K21 is going to feel completely different than current gen. So that's definitely interesting. And they also said that there will be a number of new badges and badge changes in the next version of the game. And they've already established a mapping that converts your current gen badges to the next gen. So there could be, let's say, 70 badges in the current gen, and then there could be 100 in the next gen. So that's definitely interesting. And basically, they said your customized badges will continue to live on in the next gen version of the game in slightly different and better ways. So that's definitely interesting. And then here's the one thing that I was kind of sad to read, but at the same time, I guess it makes sense they have a plan for it. It says evolution cards will not be eligible for badge customization. So, the Evo Shack we can start off with here, which we're kind of getting ahead, you can't apply badges to, which is, interesting. But at the same time, I think they want to focus on the new branching system, which that kind of leads us into our next topic. It says customizable evolutions. So evolutions are back in 2K21, and they're introducing the concept of branching and the evolution process. When you have an Evo card that reaches a choice tier, you will make a selection between two badges that you want to focus on adding to the given card. So basically, I'm going to read this. This kind of makes it, this is kind of simple. It says, will you improve Shaq's rebounding ability or his shot blocking ability? The choice is yours. So basically, you choose a branch or a path. You want athletic or do you want defense? And as you can see here for athletic, he'd get plus 12 speed, plus 11 acceleration, plus 2 vertical, just better athleticism. Whereas maybe defense, he wouldn't get as much speed or any speed, but he'd get crazy good defense like lateral quickness and steal or something like that. So yeah, it's definitely interesting. You can't add badges to these guys, but I think it's because they want you to focus on the branching system and stuff like that. So definitely really cool, and that kind of does hints at what, or not hints, but tells you that Shaquille O'Neal, the Magic Shaquille O'Neal, is going to be one of the starter options when you start off 2K21, which is cool. And I actually did put out a tweet about what other players we could see alongside here. And personally, I thought of like a couple names, maybe Allen Iverson, Tim Duncan. Probably one player at each position. You could probably choose for a starter. That's just speculation, though. There's no proof. That's the only starter card we've seen so far. But anyway, moving on now, we have another brand new game mode to the game. It's kind of similar, or it is kind of, I wouldn't say recycled, but it's kind of a similar game mode to Blacktop in 2K17. I believe that's what it's called, or at least the board is. And it's called Ascension. And while it's going to be fairly difficult to earn some season grand prizes in Ascension, my favorite aspect about this game is you will always walk away with something good, and it might be Myteam points, tokens, or free packs. So basically, I don't know. It's kind of, maybe I guess I didn't highlight this, but basically it's a game mode where you play. I assume it's against online, maybe offline too. It's probably just online. And when you win games, you can flip these cards over, and you can get MT points, you can get tokens, you can get a free pack, and yeah, you flip over cards, and if there's going to be like a grand prize, and if you're lucky enough, the grand prize will be under one of the cards you flip. And it does show fouls here. And I remember back in 2K17, they had I think there were fouls too, or techs. I don't even know what they're called. But you could get red cards, or like a card that doesn't give you anything of value, and it'd be like a strike. So basically, 6 fouls, and you're out of the game. Kind of cool concept. But at the same time, I hope that you get something every time you win, which I think you should be able to. But I don't know. I don't really like the idea of you play a game and let's say you get 2 flips, and what if you flip 2 fouls? You don't get anything. I don't know. That's my only concern about this. But pretty much the Ascension's really cool. And I guess I kind of biffed here. I didn't highlight, I guess, what it is, but I think it's going to be a 3v3 game mode. again, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. This might be the only part where I'm wrong, but I think you're going to be playing people online. Maybe you'll play offense. Probably going to be online. And I guess I could read here. It doesn't really talk about it. Basically, you play people, you win, you get a number of flips, and then you can get prizes. And if you're really lucky, the grand prize, which it looks like the first one is going to be a pink diamond Bob Lanier. So that's kind of cool. And moving on now, I guess one more thing he did mention. He mentioned that on his first flip, he got a 2-time MT multiplier. So you're not only going to get MT, you're going to be able to get like a multiplier too. So maybe you'll see like a MT multiplier like you mentioned, and then the rest of your flips you get double MT if you get an MT card, or maybe there'll be like a double token flip too. So that'd be kind of cool. But now moving on to the Idols series collection. This is basically the anniversary set from 2K19 if you play 2K19. It's basically the Prime series set from this year. It's just renamed Idols, and basically it's the same thing as we've had the last 2 years. It's the NBA's most memorable players with a healthy mix of present and past players. So it's not just past, and it's not just present. And the first one's going to be debuted in September, the month that the game's released, and it'll be a pink diamond. And our first idol they say right here, the first pink diamond they're going to release in this series is actually going to be a player that was missing in 2K20, but they're excited for his return this year. So if I had to guess, it's probably going to be Manu Ginobili, because they didn't have his rights last year, but they've had him in the past, and that seems like a decent card. The first pink diamond, he's going to be a good card, but he's not going to be in a broken, like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar or a Magic Johnson, just right off the bat. It's probably going to be a Manu Ginobili if I had to guess. And basically, there's going to be three different sets: Series 1, Series 2, and Series 3. And there's 5 in each set, and then you lock him in for a Galaxy Opal, just like this year and the year before. So nothing too new there, but it is cool to see that it's probably going to be Manu Ginobili. That's what kind of the consensus is here on Twitter, and I can agree with that. And that's going to be probably Manu Ginobili for the first one. Now, moving on here, they talk about the promo packs. I thought this was interesting. I almost glanced over this because, it's packs, it's a pre-order packs. It's nothing crazy. However, they tell you, if you get the standard edition, you get 10 free promo packs, 1 per week. If you get the Mamba edition, you get 40 promo packs, and you get 10 the first day you play, and then 3 the next 10 weeks. So that's definitely cool. 10 weeks of 3 packs and 10 the first day. And they're saying like, so what's in these packs? It's probably, most people just think it's gonna be current players, nothing good, nothing good, especially later in the year. However, they mentioned here that there's actually going to be good players in here, or you're going to have a chance of pulling, or it's going to say beyond that there will be rare pulls. So packs probably aren't going to be the best, but there are going to be some good cards in here. And one player that he mentions, I didn't see anyone mention this on Twitter either. It says one player that I've been playing with and loving recently is Diamond DeMarcus Cousins. We all need a little boogie in our lives, right? Point being, these packs aren't something you should overlook. So basically he's saying, I know most of you guys, most of the community thinks these packs are worthless. You really don't get much other than if you get a silver, it goes for quite a bit at the beginning. But no, basically they're gonna throw some good players in here, so that's good to see. At least that's what they're saying in the blog. Hopefully these players are actually decent, or maybe there's hopefully a good pull rate of these rare cards. And a Diamond DeMarcus Cousins wouldn't be too bad at the beginning of the year. DeMarcus Cousins is always an offensive juggernaut. But anyway, moving on to some of the last information here. I think actually we have quite a bit more. The signature challenges are a new challenge type we're waiting, or they're adding to NBA 2K21. Basically, it sounds like a moments challenge, to be honest. Every player has a memorable experience, so they could highlight a high scoring game. And I guess the main or the example they gave was Damian Lillard. The first one that they're going to have is going to be available day 1, and it's going to be Damian Lillard, the cover athlete, which makes sense. And they're thinking it might be easy. They're saying, you're thinking it's going to be easy, these challenges, but basically it's going to be tough, because the first one, I guess, is going to be you have to score 61 points with Damian Lillard most likely, and probably hit 11 threes. But that's pretty much the only information they gave on that. But basically it just sounds like a moments challenge. And maybe there's multiple challenges. It does say challenges, so maybe it's multiple challenges, and then if you play them all, you get like MT or tokens, or maybe a card, or maybe you get Damian Lillard. Maybe that's what you get. I don't know. Maybe that is what you have to do. Maybe you have to use like the current Damian Lillard, and then if you do all the challenges and score and stuff, you get like an upgraded one. I don't know. That could be it. Maybe not. But that's kind of, they didn't give us too much information on that other than there's going to be new challenges called signature challenges, and I'm kind of getting moments challenge vibes from that. But anyway, moving on, we have the objective tracker. I highlighted this basically because with this feature that they're adding to the game, it's not a game mode, but it's a feature. You'll have the ability to tag up to 9 season agendas. So basically, all the agendas, you know, they're really going to emphasize and push the agendas this year again, especially with all the content in the season pass, not the season pass, but the season and stuff like that. Basically, you can mark up to 9, you know, objectives you want to complete, and it's going to remind you of those before you go into a game. So that's definitely nice, so you don't forget anything. And basically, they were saying how it's like a quality of life feature in the game. So that's definitely going to be nice, especially if the challenges and stuff are nice. And now getting into the coolest, or like I guess the coolest or the most interesting part of this all of this, I guess kind of dark matter. And astrophysical observations indicate that dark matter makes up as much as 85% of our known universe, yet has never been observed directly. Maybe they'll change given time. So basically, 2 theories personally that I have on this. Dark matter could be a new tier in NBA 2K21. Maybe it's a 100 overall. Maybe it's a 99 overall. I don't know. But I could definitely see that being, you know, the new tier, the best tier. Pretty much 99 everything, and they're saying maybe that'll change given time. So maybe, you know, April, May, June, I don't know. That's just one idea. And the second idea is maybe it has something to do with like a black market. You know, back in 2K17 and 16, you would like, there's like a black market you could access by like being AFK on a certain screen for 30 minutes or collecting runes, if you guys know what those are. So that, I don't know, those are just my ideas. Most likely though, it's probably a new tier in the game, probably a 100 overall or 99 overall. And then the holographic ball, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not gonna talk about this too much because it's basically just the fireball but a different color. And I wish I would have remembered to bring up a picture here because I did see a picture of it on like Shake and Bake's Twitter. But basically, if you want to see it, go look it up. Look up his Twitter, and he posted a picture. It looks exactly what a holographic ball would look like, and it's gonna be just as rare as the fireball basically. And all he really says here is it's going to be challenging to get again, but if you have it, you're going to make your opponents jealous, which, to be honest, I wasn't a fan of the fireball. I just like using regular basketball, so I'm not going to cover that too much. I'm sorry if you're a big holographic guy, but I'm not going to cover too much of that. But anyway, that's pretty much it for the blog. I actually went through this in one take. This is literally my first take, so kind of proud of myself here. It is 37 minutes long, so God forbid you made it this far. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Seriously, if you made it this far, thank you for watching. Let me know in the comments below if I missed anything or if I'm completely wrong about something. Or, I don't know, comment below if there's anything I missed or you have an idea of what something means. Because, you know, sometimes the community catches on to things that us YouTube guys don't even see or think about. So, let me know in the comments below. Comment Bob Cousy in the comments if you made it this far. That's actually going to be insane if you guys made it this far in the video. But comment Bob Cousy below if you made it this far. And again, shout out to all you guys for getting us to 15,000 subs today. I really appreciate every single one of you who supports the channel. And I'm looking forward to 2K21 here. We have about 14 days till the game comes out. Probably 13 now. I did have a timer on the screen of the stream. But 13, 14 days till the game comes out. And you guys already know we're going to be grinding this like crazy. But guys, until next time, thank you guys so much for watching. Peace out.